This is an experience based on what I see or what I hear when I go for a daily walk. And I assume that this is the experience of lots of others who go for a walk. That is the inability of or unwillingness of our fellow citizens who were there on a walk or something like that, using the roads, the inability or unwillingness to make the fundamental distinction between a private space and a public space. In a private space, you can pretty much do what you like, but in a public space, you're sharing the space with lots of others, and therefore it demands at least some respect for what is called the Pareto principle. That is, that you behave in such a way that the other person is not worse off, although you might feel a little better. But what is happening here is the very inverse of the Pareto principle. That is, you make a nuisance of yourself in the public space, no matter what it is for the others. Now, I particularly refer to the use of cell phones and loud conversations that go on all the time. They are having the cell phones, and a batch of 3 or 4 will be using the cell phones and having a very animated conversation with some others. This, of course, destroys your tranquility and your peace and what you think are the qualities that you really require when you try to go for a morning walk. The same thing happens when you hear all the loud music, and what I do is I avoid that particular route, the loud music from the places of worship, very loud from the loudspeakers. And then, of course, there will be a passing van or something like that, fitted with loudspeakers, microphones and all that, calling you all for some kind of meeting or things like that, so that we can all have a better life. Irony more severe than this we cannot think of. This kind of thing goes on, and it is a very inversion of the Pareto principle. You make things worse for others while you might feel a little better.